I think we prepared this graph last year. It was data from an international evaluation website. Obviously, none of this is the same as what is happening on the ground now, but I think it is important to see where we have come from or what could happen. When we did this study, it is important for me to see where we have come from or what could happen. Ukraine had more than 1,300,000 and Russia had the same number. The reserve, the ones kept in reserve at one point was 2 million. The paramilitary force was 100,000, 250,000. That is, we are talking about mercenaries with money or forces in the form of gangs organized in different ways. Russia had 14,000 or 15,000 tanks that day. Ukraine had 1,177 tanks. In armored vehicles, the difference between 161,000 and 22,000 is incomparable. As for self-propelled artillery, 6,200, 1,200, again, a huge difference. Towed artillery, 8,356, 1,012. The various types of fighter aircraft were 4,255, 321. Russia had 1,547 helicopters. Ukraine had 130. As I said, these are old data. They don't reflect the current numbers. But what does it help us to understand in general? Let me tell you, if Russia were to face Ukraine alone, yes, Ukraine does not have any naval power. But even though it looks much stronger from here, even though Russia has 12 frigates, 14 destroyers, 14 ships, an aircraft carrier, 65 submarines, Ukraine has been able to destroy many of them with unmanned naval vehicles or aircrafts. That's what was already written on the systems in the wars. But I don't think what is on this list is very important, because we can put the United States of America on the Ukrainian side. If the US wants to do so, it can somehow send its aircraft carriers here, it can place its airplanes here, it can even bring a part of its army directly, because it already provides its missiles and authorizes their use according to its own wishes. At the same time, we can also include European countries here. The list goes on and on. On this side, I don't know whether China will get involved in such a hot conflict or not, but we can add its power to the Russian side. It is rumored that North Korea has already sent troops ranging from 10,000 to 100,000. As of today, there is even information that a North Korean general, a high-ranking soldier, was wounded on the front line in the Ukrainian shelling. Let's say that, but the most frightening thing here is the nuclear warhead hidden at the bottom. Ukraine doesn't have it. That's right. And as of today, as of that day, there are 5,800 of them in Russia's account. But can they explain it clearly? Is it more? Is it less? Looking at these lists, it seems that Russia has even more warheads than the United States. With such small differences, but in the same way, if we go in this order of the West, and America, Russia, China, North Korea, etc., we will have to discuss the nuclear capacity of these countries and add them to this list. The fear is that if one side launches one, everyone will start sending nuclear warheads to each other. And then the American movies where the world is destroyed in general will become a reality, because everywhere will get its share of nuclear fallout somehow. I hope no one will do this madness, but unfortunately, there are enough nuclear warheads to destroy the world both in the West and in Russia and its allies. Let me say this.